You've been told you should invest. You know you should. But every time you're about to start, something stops you. I don't have enough money. I don't know what to buy. What if I lose everything? Today, that uncertainty ends. We're going to walk through your first investment, step by step, with no jargon, no minimums, and no country-specific fine print. Just the universal principles that work everywhere. The prerequisites before you invest a single unit of any currency: make sure you've cleared 2 hurdles. 1. You have an emergency fund, at least 1 month of expenses saved. If you haven't done this yet, watch our emergency fund video first. Investing without a safety net is like driving without a seatbelt. 2. You've paid off any high-interest debt. Anything above 15% interest needs to go before investing. The math is simple. No reliable investment beats a guaranteed 20% loss. Cleared both? Let's go. Step 1. Pick your account. Your first investment doesn't start with picking stocks. It starts with picking the right account. Most countries offer some form of tax-advantaged retirement account. In the US, it's a 401k or Roth IRA. In the UK, it's a stocks and shares ISA. In India, it's PPF or NPS. In Nigeria, it's a retirement savings account. In Brazil, it's a Previdência Privada. If your country offers an account where you get tax benefits for investing, use it. That's free money from your government. If your employer offers any kind of contribution match, take it. That's a 50 to 100% instant return before you've picked a single investment. No special accounts available where you live. A standard brokerage account works too. The tax advantages are smaller, but the investing principles are the same. Step 2. Understand what you're buying inside your account. You need to choose what to invest in. Here's where most beginners freeze. Forget individual stocks. Forget crypto. Forget Forex. Your first investment should be something boring: a broad market index fund. An index fund buys a tiny piece of every major company in a market. When you buy one share, you own a slice of hundreds of companies. If the overall economy grows, your investment grows. In the US, that might be a fund tracking the S&P 500 or the total stock market. In India, a Nifty 50 index fund. In the UK, an FTSE, all-world fund. In Nigeria, a pension fund has an equity allocation. The vehicle changes. The idea doesn't. Own the whole market, keep fees low, and let time do the work. Step 3. The amount doesn't matter. The habit does. The biggest myth in investing is that you need a lot to start. You don't. The equivalent of $20 a month. That's 1 fewer coffee a week. Invested consistently for 20 years at an 8% return grows to over $12,000. $50 a month? Over $30,000. $200 a month? Over $120,000. The exact currency doesn't matter. The math scales. What matters is consistency. Starting with $20 and never stopping beats starting with $5,000 and quitting after 6 months. Step 4. Set it and forget it. Automate your investments. Same amount, same day, every month. This is called dollar cost averaging, or whatever your currency cost averaging. When markets are high, your money buys fewer shares. When markets drop, your money buys more shares. Over time, this smooths out the ride. More importantly, it removes emotion. You don't have to decide when to invest. You don't have to time the market. You just invest, every month, like clockwork. The people who build real wealth aren't the ones who find the perfect moment to buy. They're the ones who never stop buying. Step 5. Expect the drop. Don't panic. Here's something no one tells beginners. Your portfolio will drop. Maybe 10%. Maybe 30%. Maybe more. This isn't a disaster. It's the price of admission. The stock market has always recovered from every crash in history. Always. But people who panic and sell during the drop lock in their losses permanently. When your portfolio drops, do nothing. Keep investing. The sale is on. Your regular monthly contribution is now buying more shares at lower prices. The only people who get hurt in a market crash are the ones who leave. That's it. Your first investment, broken down into 5 steps. 1. Clear the prerequisites. Emergency fund and high-interest debt. 2. Open the right account for your country. 3. Buy a broad market index fund. 4. Automate your monthly contribution. 5. Expect drops and do nothing. That's not sexy advice. But it's the advice that actually works, in every country, in every currency, at every income level. Next on this channel, we'll show you the tax advantages most people leave on the table. Subscribe to our channel, Capital Depth, so you don't miss it. Comment below. What's holding you back from making your first investment? Thanks for watching.